Public Accounts Committee of House of Representatives continues its sitting today with Nigerian Bulk Electricity Trading Company. The organization is having about 2 or 3 issues. The first issue borders on non-submission of 6 years audited financial statements and management report from 2024 to 2019 to the Auditor General's office. Listening to the argument as bordered on this issue, and the second issue borders on non-recovery of outstanding debt from former managing director and former officers of the company that have already retired. However, it is observed that there is nothing that stated on how such a staff should be paid on severance allowances after the service in the company. The former MD of the company is yet to be paid his severance allowance after 4 years, and the acting managing director claimed that the company is still calculating on what they should be paid, and thereby the debt of over 4 years that's supposed to have been paid are yet to be paid. Listening to the argument and conversation between the committee and the company of NBET, it goes. And make your opinion, subscribe to our YouTube channel and like our Facebook page, GTV Africa. Subscribe and share with your friends. Your comments to the committee, to the sitting, will be very important. Listening to the argument in the House.
Akinao Johnson is my name, acting MD, NBET. And with me today are members of the executive management of NBET who, with your kind permission, take turns to introduce themselves.
Yes, please let them go ahead and do that.
Good afternoon, Honorable Chairman, and other distinguished members. My name is Ito Hanehede. I'm the General Manager, Guarantees and Risk Management, NBET. Thank you.
Good afternoon, sirs. My name is Ahijo Abba. I work with the Office of the MD, NBET. Thank you.
Honorable Chairman and honorable member of Public Accounts Committee, good afternoon. My name is Sambo Abdullahi. I'm the Chief Financial Officer for NBET. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Honorable Chairman and honorable members of the Public Accounts Committee. My name is Eugene Edoga. I'm the General Counsel, Company Secretary.
All right, thank you very much. We have the Nigerian Bulk Electricity Trading PLC with us this afternoon. We have extended invitations to them a couple of times before now, but at least it's better late than never. I met the new acting MD a few days ago, and he explained that he was just taking over. The NBET is here this afternoon in response to the 2019 and 2020 Auditor General's query. Is it 2019 and 2020? I think so. 2020. It's 2020. All right. Sorry for the mix-up. Your document, you actually wrote 2019, but I think it's 2020 from ours here. But it's fine. So we have... We have 5 issues which the Auditor General has presented against the NBET by virtue of the powers conferred on the Auditor General by the Nigerian Constitution. And I'm sure it's not the first time the MD or his team are coming before the Public Accounts Committee. What we do here is that we allow the queries to be read out to you, after which you make your response. But before then, you have to be on oath. That's the standard practice. You can do that by any of the holy books or by affirmation. Whichever one you choose has the same implication in the eye of the law. So you can please go ahead and administer the oath on the MD and any other person who may have something to say in the course of this investigative hearing. Thank you.
Akinawo Johnson, do solemnly swear and affirm that the evidence I shall give before the committee and all the documents that I will present before the committee shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Non-submission of audited financial statement from 2017 to 2019 fiscal year. Paragraph 3210 of the Financial Regulation 2009 states that the Chief Executive Officer shall submit both the audited account and management report to the Auditor General and the Accountant General not later than 31st of May of the following year of account. In spite of the extant regulation, the Nigerian Bulk Electricity Trading Company failed to submit its audited financial statement for the year 2017 to 2019 to the Office of Auditor General for the Federation as at the time of the audit in October 2020. And the above practice by the company contravened extant regulation on the submission of audited financial statement. Thank you. Issue 2. Non-recovery of outstanding debt from the former managing director and former officers of the company, totaling 188.3 million naira. Audit observed that the sum of 321.7 million naira was paid to a former managing director of the company and 7 other staff as staff mortgage scheme revolving loan for the acquisition of property while they were in active service. Of the above amount, a former managing director received the sum of 85.2 million naira in January 2018, while the balance of 236.4 million naira was paid to 7 officers in July 2016. At the time of the disengagement from the service in July 2020, the former managing director had only repaid the sum of 35.7 million naira, leaving an unpaid balance of 49.5 million naira. The sum of 97.6 million naira was recovered from the 7 former officers of the company, leaving an unpaid balance of 138.7 million naira. In all, the sum of 188.3 million naira remained outstanding as at the time of audit in October 2020. And all the officers in question were disengaged from the service in 2018 without paying the outstanding loan of 188.3 million naira. Thank you.
By practice, we don't accept submissions being brought in on the day of hearing. It's like ambushing the committee because we need time when you make your submission to analyze them and streamline the issues as well as the responses that you provide for each of the queries. But because you explained that you were pressed with time and because you just assumed the office, I want to just say that we'll be waiving that rule for you so that we can take you today. Ordinarily, we should just tell you to go and then take another date. But we'll start today. Even if you cannot conclude today, we'll know that we have at least taken a leap forward. So I will ask you to respond to issue 1 and issue 2 in line with the submission that you brought in here.
Thank you, Honorable Chairman, and we deeply appreciate your consideration of our plight, and we do not take it for granted. Regarding the 2 issues that have been read, for the first issue on the non-submission of audited financial statements for 2014 to 2019, admittedly, there were gaps in submission of the audited financial statements. However, that has been rectified subsequently. And the reason why those if you see our response in the column in the middle, NBET's Pioneer Board of Directors was dissolved on July 2015 pursuant to circular issued by the federal government, issued by the head of the Civil Service of the Federation, which we have attached to the submission. A new board was only reconstituted in May 2020 and inaugurated in June 2020. You would agree with me that the board needed to be in place to be able to appoint external auditors to audit the books of the company and to approve the audited financial statements after the audit, in line with the Companies and Allied Matters Act. So, on the reconstitution of the board, NBET subsequently commissioned the process following the board's approval of the appointment of the auditors, and all the financial statements have subsequently now been audited and filed with the relevant authorities, the Auditor General's Office and the National Assembly. So this issue has been addressed, Mr. Chairman, sir.
Okay, Deputy Chairman, please.
So, we have listened to you, sir, and we just want to know this period without the board of directors, without the board, that actually made this not possible to submit. Was there any communication with the Office of the Auditor General and the Accountant General to let them know your situation? Because you have actually violated the law. So ordinarily, we would expect that there should be a communication. Yes, you are new in the organization, but there are people in the system, and the expectations, you're supposed to actually communicate to the Office of the Auditor General and Accountant General to notify them of this gap, so that it will be on record. Is there any of such?
Thank you very much, Honorable Member. Honorable Member, thank you very much. Leadership is a continuum, so I take responsibility even for my predecessors. But I want to explain to you that the Auditor General carries out periodic checks. We are visited by at least 2 or 3 teams of the Auditor General on a yearly basis. And each of these times, we had made it clear to them, they have understood the situation that we do not have a board and we cannot...
Asking whether there is any correspondence that you can submit to this committee that shows that you, in realization of the weightiness of the burden that the Constitution and the law has placed on you to submit the audited account, which you said you couldn't fulfill because you had no board. Did you at any point make this submission in writing to the Auditor General and the Accountant General of the Federation?
We did not specifically make it in writing, but we told the teams, it's something we explained to the teams at each of their visits to NBET. And there was a government circular that was issued to all government agencies dissolving boards of MDAs. The Auditor General is in copy of the circular dissolving MDA boards.
You assume that I should take judicial notice of that?
Yes. So we wrote on that to explain to them each time they visited.
Okay, let me ask you. Are there other decisions that, yes, I'll come to you, Honorable. Are there other decisions that are statutorily taken by the board apart from the decision to appoint external auditors?
Yes, Honorable Chairman, typically when a board is dissolved, items that require board approval, to the extent that they are very important, they are escalated to Mr. President through the Minister of the Supervising Ministry of the agency.
So there are some other decisions that ordinarily will require a board approval, apart from the decision of appointing an external auditor.
Yes, but they are not governed by the companies, the Kama Law Act. Those are operational decisions for running the organization.
Because if you could attend to those matters in the absence of a board, I was just trying to imagine what will happen if you attend to appointing your external auditor. But like you have said, maybe because that's a statutory matter,
yes, sir,
that you needed the board's approval to appoint an external auditor. What? How about you? You said you have a comment?
Yeah, it's not a question you have asked. Already. But even the question asked by the deputy, he has not really answered questions directly. You know, because at that period, you have contradicted the law at that period. Even though you know you just came in newly, but you know that accent and the ability you have inherited. So that's why we are throwing this question to you.
All right, but yeah, that's one, my honorable colleague. Let me also ask, you said you have the audited account now for up till 2021. Is that correct?
Yeah, we have also concluded the 2022.
No, wait, let's even take 2021. Do you have a copy there? Or do you have an acknowledgement letter or copy to show when this submission was made to the Auditor General of the Federation? Yes.
Honorable Chairman, we can provide not just the evidence, but the entire audited financial statement for the...
That's what we're asking. Do you have it there? That's the question.
In the folder. We don't have it in this folder.
Do you have it in your custody where you are? Is it part of what you submitted to the Secretariat of the Public Account Committee?
No, Mr. Chairman.
It will be important for you to submit. I thought that should have been part of your submission, so that we will be, really convinced that you have done the needful, even though you couldn't do that because of understandable handicap. So, pending the time when you make those submissions, we're going to suspend our ruling on this issue number 1.